It's a big club, and you ain't in it.
That's the most important thing. You're not in it. And here we got Amagansett, jackass frauditor, Amagansett Press, and his son Pigpen. Okay, gutter trash.
You have a right to know what's going on. All right. You didn't ask me what's going on. You asked me what am I doing. I said I'm making a video, and you said just don't put me on it. Went back in the store.
What's going on?
Well, I told you I'm making a video.
Of what?
Well, you don't want to be on it, so why would you want to stand here and talk to me? I would just suggest you go back to work and don't be on it.
Well,
if
you
that's
need
what
my
want to do.
permission.
Not if you're not on it. I don't need your permission.
That's what I'm telling you.
I'm confused. Do you want to be in the video or you don't?
I don't.
Okay, so why do you keep coming out talking to me?
Because I think I have a right to know what you're videotaping.
Oh, okay.
So what are you videotaping?
Well, I'm not interested in explaining myself at this point.
Why is that?
That would be an explanation. I seriously, if you don't want to be on video, just go back to work. I'm not bothering you. I just walked down the street and you called me back to your store.
I didn't call you back to my store.
You've got to lie to fraud it. But Amagansett Press, he serves a big interest to somebody else, to the club members, who I will also refer to as reptilians. People are getting fed up with these frauditors. They're getting fed up. They're getting sick and tired of these bastards. They're screwing things up. And when legislators decide to draft more bills and more laws preventing us from enjoying what few privileges we have, people are going to support it. And they're going to support it because they're sick and tired of these frauditors. Okay, so that's what happens is, that's why these guys are getting away with it. The government's letting them get away with it. They could arrest them 10 times over for this stuff. But they don't, because they want people to get pissed off. They want people to get upset. And so when they say, let's do away with freedom of speech, people say, yeah, let's do it. And they're going to end up supporting things that are against their own interest. These frauditors are going to screw things up.
How do I pronounce your name? Tchaikovsky?
Chudnovsky.
Chowdowski?
Chudnovsky.
Chudnovsky? All right. Chudnovsky, kiss my ass. Put your lips to my ass and kiss it. French kiss it. Tickle it with your gray whiskers. I got bittersweet news for you. You're washed up. You're old. You're boring. You're not scary. You dress like shit. It's over for you, okay? That's the bitter news. Now the sweet news is you can retire.
He's talking about
You can go play
Amagansett
golf.
Press.
Eat your dinners at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Play with your grandkids. Drink Metamucil. Old people shit. Okay? Look at me. I got a name people can say.
Okay, he is talking perfectly about Jason Gutter Trash. Amagansett Press, the frauditor. Yeah, you're old, you're washed up, you ain't worth a shit, you got erectile dysfunction, and you got gas. And you ain't worth a damn. What can we say about Amagansett Press?
You stupid bastard!
That's about all we can say about that.
It is a pretty bizarre climate where you see city council members and people in power and their enforcers, the law enforcement community, coming out against people who are speaking up against practices that could harm the little people among us. I mean, why would you take those people away and not the people who appear to be doing things that, I don't know, is anything but family friendly? So apparently they arrested this kid, they arrested 3 others, which was off camera, and they were released with a warning. But the bottom line is they still got censored.
Okay, this guy is not a member of the club. He's not in the club, and he does not serve the interest of the politicians. The frauditors, they actually serve the political interests of the politicians to reduce our privilege of freedom of speech, which we don't have. We have that privilege to an extent, This guy does not serve a purpose, nor is he in the club. So guess what? He goes to jail. It's that simple. The frauditors, they tolerate the frauditors. Why? Because they serve a purpose.
You have no right to detain her. Oh, yeah, we can't compel her to identify herself. We could ask. She's on drugs, intoxicated.
How is there no criminal offense here? You have flight attendants saying this woman who deplaned this flight due to her disturbance had hit us. Last time I checked, hitting on people is a criminal offense. The cop even says she's giving TSA a hard time and that there could be public intoxication here. So why are they just letting this woman leave? Yes, we don't see her hitting the flight attendants on camera, but we don't know what exactly happened or what went down when they got to first class, because the video ends as soon as she leaves coach. And then there may be some people that will say, well, she voluntarily left the plane and maybe they wouldn't let her leave. That's why she started hitting people. But that's not exactly true. You cannot voluntarily leave a taxiing plane. The only person that can allow you to leave a plane is the captain. Anything outside of a medical condition is a disturbance. And on top of everything, you add on violence. Yes, you do have a criminal offense here.
So this moment, you put on the one so the cuz holders. I don't care if I'm ever gonna fly with y'all ever again. I want to know what happens to this flight right here. They're gonna escort you out, so just let me your phone without being great. I don't ever want to fly with you ever again.
All right, ma'am.
Escorting me out, and I'll never fly with them again.
Ma'am, since you no longer have a valid ticket or business on this side of the airport, we gotta escort you out to the public side, okay?
Where's your suitcase?
You ready?
It's on that flight.
If you don't leave, you'll be under arrest for criminal trespass. This is your warning right here.
Okay.
Pretty pleased with a cherry on top, will you please leave? I mean, how many warnings does this woman get? You're going to hear this police officer give her another warning.
She is in the club, okay? She's a reptilian. For lack of a better term, that's what I'm using, the word rep. She's in the club. That's why the police don't touch her, okay? Notice, though, if you watch the original clip, she's flashing the sign of Baphomet. Yeah, the T is silent. A lot of people say, oh, is that the Masons? Well, Baphomet is not restricted to just the Masons. He can be in a lot of other places, too. Baphomet is, anyway, he's a deity, and a lot of clubs have him as one of their icons. He points with two fingers as she does. She flashes Baphomet signs. If you go to Disneyland or Disney World, you'll notice they point with two fingers. It's homage to Baphomet. The employees don't know that, but they do have to pay homage to Baphomet. They're not allowed to point with one finger. They point with two, because Baphomet points with two fingers, not one. She is a member of the club. The police aren't, but she is.
What? Am I leaving? What are you talking about?
Ma'am, if you don't leave right now, you could be under arrest for criminal trespass. Let's go.
Let that flight leave. Do not let that flight leave. Being dead serious. Do not let that flight leave.
You ready? Let's go. Come on.
You heard me say this. Do not let that flight leave. That flight's not going to make it to Orlando.
Let's go.
It's not going to.
Okay, the thing is, she's that crazy lady that was on the plane, and she says that guy's not real, and she's flashing the Baphomet signs. She's a club member. They don't arrest her. They don't do anything to her, okay? The thing is, you can't do what she did. If you pulled the same stunt and shenanigans that she pulled, you will be in prison. You will do time. You'll probably do like 3 to 5 years, probably. You'll probably get sentenced longer than that, but you'll probably end up doing at least 3 to 5 years. You can't do that because you are not a reptilian. She is, you're not. She's protected, you're not. You cannot pull... Now, she can pull all the shenanigans she wants, and she can show her ass. because she is a member of the club.
I'm not making it toilet.
Why is nobody concerned what she is saying? Why is nobody asking her, why do you believe this plane will not make it to its destination? Because what if, let's say she did overhear somebody talking terroristic activity? You would think at least the cops would want to ask that. Did you hear something?
Nope. She's a club member. And there she is again.
That she freaked out on. She didn't have to apologize to anybody else around her because she was obviously scared. But
That's
if she
the same
does
lady.
take full accountability, then she's falsely accusing somebody of not being real and putting that person in a bad situation. Yet we never hear her give a apology to that person or what happened. I find it very odd that this person that she's saying is not real is always being left out of everything. First, we don't see this person not once on camera. Nobody feels compelled to record the person she's accusing as to not being real. Nobody was curious whatsoever as to what she was talking about. Secondly, when it comes to the bogus police report, the police did not approach or even attempt to speak to this person. Even if, let's say, they think she's crazy, you would at least want to get the side of the person she's accusing, just to hear both sides. But the police report states they never even made that attempt. And now she comes out with this apology video where she doesn't even mention the person that's not real whatsoever. I just find this very odd and bizarre. Like, how do you come out on camera and apologize to everybody on that plane except the actual person you accused? She even says, I'm sorry to even people that have kids. But you would think her apology would be more focused on the person that she says is not real. Now, I know some people in the comment section are going to say, is he really saying that this woman is Jamie Foxx? No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I know some people will actually say that. But what I'm saying is, it just comes off very similar.
Okay, there's a lot of things we don't know.
Why do we still not know this woman's name? Why has no family or friends come out into her defense or have spoken out saying they have known her? That yeah, she might have had too much to drink. Yeah, she's known to have psychotic episodes. Nobody is speaking out in defense of this woman. She is a nice looking woman, so you mean to tell me she has not dated anybody that recognizes her? She had nobody come out saying, yeah, I dated her at one time. Maybe she is a little insane. Nobody. It's like this woman never existed. No coworkers recognize her. No classmates recognize her. This is very bizarre for the internet. When it comes to the internet, any story that goes past a week is already old. And this story happened on, I believe, July 6th. So we're going well past a week, almost 2 weeks. And nobody has spoken out in knowing this woman. That is a first for the internet. I will paint a better picture to let you see just how bizarre this is. Think of any video of a person freaking out. Matter of fact, the original narrative on this woman was that she was a racist Karen that accused an African American male sitting next to her of stealing her AirPods. Now think of any quote-unquote Karen video that you have seen. 2 days later, of a video where a person is labeled a Karen, that person has already lost their job. That person has already been receiving death threats. That person is blasted all over the internet. Yet this person, who has so many narratives against them, so much mystery around them, cannot be found on the internet whatsoever. That is truly bizarre. Now, on July 17th, a magazine I've never heard before called Evie Magazine wrote an article about a friend of a friend, so not a direct friend, not a family member, but a friend of this woman, who states that this woman was not drunk, and she was frightened by what the man next to her said. So I guess what this is doing is trying to push the green hoodie man narrative, which I really don't believe. But it also happens to state that this woman is not missing, which I find very interesting that it would put that in there.
She was never
that
arrested.
She is not missing. But if she was never arrested, if she was never detained, like multiple reports have stated, then why isn't she just speaking out? And if she does speak out at this point, the conspiracy theories are so rampant that people are going to believe whoever is speaking out is a body double, a clone, not the actual woman. Because 2 weeks to a month in internet time is equal to 100 years.
And why wasn't she arrested?
When she does speak out,
because she's in the club.
People are going to ask what took her so long if she wasn't arrested or detained. Just like the woman who got the jab in the hospital, she passed out. And she didn't speak out for another 2 years to where she looks completely different. And now people are saying this is not the same woman. So if this woman doesn't speak, to ask, is this woman even real? 2 names did come out, and that was Tiffany Gomez and Jenna Wilson, but those names don't check out. There's nothing concrete showing that those names belong to this woman. And you have to ask yourself, not so much to Jenna Wilson, but where do they find the information on a Tiffany Gomez that looks like her? Is this the body double that's going to come out?
Okay, so there's a lot we don't know, a lot of conspiracies, whatever you want to call it. Let's just say the bottom line is you cannot pull those shenanigans because you are not in the club. This lady obviously is in the club. She is, you're not. She has privileges that you don't have. She has rights. We have privileges, maybe.